put your hands together for Heath Richardson!
Y'all can keep making noise if you felt like it. Hey, Ray. It's so fancy in here. Just go ahead and give yourselves a hand for it being so damn fancy in here. Come on. I'm going to try to be fancy too. My version of fancy is I'm going to make my own brand of sparkling water. I'm gonna call it something French, like a la terre, which is actually French for the earth. And that way, the next time someone tries to tell me the earth is flat, I don't feel like I have to burst their bubble. You feel me? Who's up? Who's having fun? I only have one flavor, though. It's liberry, and it's not super popular, so we'll have to con that. I always get worried people get offended at jokes sometimes. If you were offended at the flat earth joke, I apologize. I genuinely didn't expect you to understand it. So that joke has like 3 dimensions. You get me? Cool. All right, this is a good start. This is a lot better than the last time I had intro music to a set. It went really bad. What happened was they played the song, and then somebody in the audience and I locked eyes, and then I didn't even say anything yet, but then they said to me, "You look like a Muppet." I was not expecting that. I don't know what to say. I was definitely not expecting that to be an insult. Can we start there? I don't know about you. I've always loved the Muppets my whole life. They're a very positive influence for me. First couple seconds, I was trying to figure out which one they thought I looked like, but that is not what they meant. They meant in general, and that feels bad. I'll be honest, that feels bad. But before I have hurt feelings, I have to remember my place, take a breath. What happened was the song that they played, the DJ said, "Now put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care." So I said, so that was my fault. You live and you learn, you know? We're supposed to start telling jokes, I guess. Last year, the single greatest purchase I made, I bought a cape. That's it. It's not fancy. I thought about it for a long time. I asked rooms of people just like this. I'm thinking about buying a cape. And every time, every single person looked at me just like you are now, like, yes. Checks out. Yes, cape guy. Yes. No further questions. So I bought it, and it was a good purchase. I was very confident. Good purchase. It made Halloween a blast. Can we talk about that? Easiest costume ever. It checks every box without putting any effort forth. I just dress like normal, and I put on the cape, and then I go to a Halloween party, and then people just try to guess, and I agree with them, and it's the best. I went to a Halloween party, and these people are like, "Oh my God, that's the best Count Chocula cosplay I've ever seen in my life." I'm like, "Thank you so much. I could eat these compliments with a spoon. Oh my God, thank you." Same party, different room. Turn the corner and people are like, "Oh my Lord, are you evil Jesus?" You nailed it, friend. All right. Well done. Problem is at every party, there's always that one person that doesn't want to just give it to you, you know? They're just unimpressed. They know there's something going on, but they won't. And I'm like, And they're like, I'm like, So I had to reach into my bag of tricks, pulled out the old Rasputin face, which goes like this. I think it's pretty good. I've had that face my whole life. Believe it or not, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's something I've had. I pulled that out for the first time when I heard they were remaking the movie Aladdin for the live action remakes. I was like, sign me up to be Jafar. They did not call back, we'll be very honest. So I was like, I'll just keep growing out my hair until they get around to Anastasia, I guess. And They still haven't. I thought it would be sooner. It's alphabetically. It's the next one, but they haven't started yet. It doesn't surprise me though. They hit all these road bumps, like the Snow White remake. They still haven't. They've been trying, and they hit these different obstacles. which honestly I'm not surprised about. I'm not a huge fan of the original, mainly because of how they talk about women. You know what I'm talking about? All the fellas come home from work and they're just like, "Hi, ho!" I'm like, ugh, I don't like your tone. It seems disrespectful, that's all. It seems bad. Then they all start whistling at her. I'm like, okay, this is a children's movie? This is a terrible example we're setting. I told that joke at a small town called Shelton, Washington. And somebody from the audience went, "Woke." I have never been called that before in my life. And I don't know how all these people knew about my insomnia, but I gotta tell you, they'll be happy to know I'm seeing a specialist. They recommended Ambien. I don't know if you're aware of Ambien is the sleeping pill with the least creative slogan. I'm a big slogan guy. Tell me something clever and funny. Maybe I'll use your product. Here's an example of a good slogan. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. You know it. Ambien is just Ambien. Sleep well. That's it. It's boring. It's not even dishonest. It's just not the whole story, right? I tried it. The sleep is fine, but now the awake part is tricky. Let me just say, everything's kind of a blur. I'm not sure what's real and what's not. Did I actually have a 3-hour conversation with my mom at 2 in the morning? Did I really park in my neighbor's lawn? I don't know. I'm interrupting my own friends mid-conversation saying crazy things like, "I believe in you." Not like to be encouraging, but because I've just decided they're not a figment of my imagination. I don't think everyone wasn't following at first. It's confusing. I tried to write them a letter. I was like, "Hey, Ambien, maybe y'all should just like fix your slogan. You know, just a little tweak, something positive like Ambien, living the dream." I feel like it's a little more honest, you know? It's still positive. I still kind of want it. They won't change it though. I tried a few times. It's so frustrating. It's like, "Come on, Ambien, open your eyes, people." But they can't do it. They can't. You got that. Thank you. It's frustrating. So I don't do Ambien. I'm not taking it because they have a bad slogan. But I did figure out a little trick that everyone in this room can use for free. Take it and try it out. What I do now is I just take like 100 tiny naps throughout the day. I call it microdosing. It's pretty good. It's doing a lot of good. They really love it in Oregon, believe it or not. Like a lot. Like probably too much. Like what I mean is I told that joke in Portland, and by the time we were leaving, everyone was taking naps everywhere on the sidewalk, in their cars. I mean, I'm flattered, but I'm a little concerned. I'll be honest. I wasn't expecting that kind of reaction. Okay, this is now taking a dark turn. Okay. Let's change it up. Here's a joke for you, Seattle. First of all, are there any rich people in here? Fantastic. If you've ever been around rich, like really, really, really rich people, and the subject of gentrification comes up, you probably know they like to gussy it up. They like to call it something fancy like an urban facelift, right? But what you should know is if you're not around them when it comes up, they actually just call it cleansing their pores. So that one had a little sauce. That one had a little sauce on it. I'm okay with it. I got the light, so we're going to wrap it up right here and now. Hey, California, what's your issue? You finally legalized marijuana. Now you can't stop complaining about all these people burning trees. It's like, make up your mind, California. Talk about wine country, am I wrong? Jeez Louise. For the people that groaned, you're just a bunch of sour grapes. I don't care what you think. This guy's looking at me like, put a cork in it, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You know why? Because I think that joke has some serious legs to it. That's why. As long as the delivery is nice and dry, you feel me? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I wrote that joke like 3 years ago, but I feel like it just keeps getting better with age. Hey! So, my name's Heath, and this has been a lot of fun. Y'all give it up for the next comics. See you in the future.